violence.
Stop the silence of domestic violence.
Stop the silence.
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 Well, thanks for coming. We appreciate everyone. We're going to start off by introducing Miss Mia. She has a poem selection for us.
See, I was born July 18th, 1984, and I was my mama's firstborn, but my daddy's 12th scorn. So look at me, an 8-pound baby girl is born. I came in right after Marvin Gaye died, and they say once a good person dies, you know the great one to rise. See, I'm metaphorically formed. 6030 King Drive is where my dream was born. I used to sit up at night and listen to my daddy play the guitar, and with the hallway lights, I would write. See, stuff got a little flaky, so in 92 I had to move, and H-Town became my new home. And there I would find that words were truly my calling. And if anyone tried to take them away, I'd be like Alicia Keys falling, but I can't because this is my calling.
All right.
I never really understood why I would run home and let the paper hit the pen. Maybe because from birth I was just that charismatic kid and I never felt love, so I made love through my pen. So I enter my work into this community paper. They loved it, so now this urge, it becomes greater. There I met my first love and we shared our pieces. He loved how I expressed and how each one had its own thesis. He was my lover, my mentor, and I promised to secretly carry this man's fetus. He even supported me even after I had to leave him. Now the ride leaving H-Town, coming back to the shine, see poetically, that was my roast ride. My soul had died, but I promised myself I would continue to write and continue to fight. I shall continue to write and continue to fight. Peace.
All right.
I don't want to sound stupid, but what's H-Town, baby? You know I'm already
Houston.
know. I don't know.
So basically,
You heard that?
welcome you all to the second annual Stand Up and Speak Out Walk against domestic violence. My name is Mia, as you all have heard the story of my life really quickly. I am a survivor. My third year was 10-9-10. I mean 10-9-13 of this year, so my day was 10-9-10. Basically what I want to say, hi Venus. So basically what I want to say is I love that K and T, they bring these people together so that we can, you know, give a voice to people that don't have a voice. So basically my story is, like I said, this is my third year of being domestic violence free. I had 2 relationships, added up 7 years. I'm a mommy of 3, so I have to teach my daughters that that's not the right way to be loved because, as you know, some of us, when we grew up, our parents were in situations like that, so that became normal for me. I thought that was a way of living because my mom and dad, they fought like 5 days out of a week, so it was normal. I became immune to it. So again, to all the survivors and people who are in domestic violence relationships right now, I speak peace over you and thank y'all for inviting me.
Thank you, Mia. Hi, Venus.
Hey Venus! Hi! She on the phone?
Yeah.
Hey Venus!
So again, thanks for coming. Next we'll have Miss Yolanda Corner join us.
Right here. There she go. Hey, Yolanda.
Hello there. Good morning, everybody.
Great.
So my name is Yolanda. Lots of names that go after that, but today I receive it as my new married name, which is Corner. I am a survivor, and I am the mother of victims too, and the grandmother of a victim that was killed due to domestic violence. 5 years ago in January, my daughter and my granddaughter, Nova Henry and Ava Henry Sophia Curry, were taken and killed by an abuser, purposely, not randomly, not shot accidentally on the streets, but because that person who was their abuser could no longer keep control and decided they would take their lives, which is a lot of things that people don't understand, that when you're in a situation, whether it be a little push, whether it be a name call, whether it be an insult or put down or emotional blackmail or what have you, eventually like a disease. If you don't get help and help someone else, that will result in a death, like a disease. So we must work to cure it. Walking today does my heart good to see that there are people that know this and that learn it, and for us to go out and spread that word. So I ask for peace over everybody. If it's you or if you know someone, help them. Don't turn your back. They may not want you to be there, but you must remain there. So I walk for my daughter and my granddaughter and her son, and for all of those, like Mia said, that don't have a voice, either because they're not here, or they haven't gained the strength and courage yet to get that voice. So we must be that voice for them. Thank you.
Again, please let's give them a big round of applause. And next, please help me welcome Ms. Gabrielle Henley.
Yes. Hi, everybody. I am 1 year.
All right.
Free. So my situation was over years. I married my childhood sweetheart. And when you think you know somebody for that many years, you really think that you know somebody, but you really don't know somebody. It is important for us to teach our children to know the people that they date. You got to ask those questions that are important, like, do you have mental illness in your family? Is there substance abuse in your family? These are important things for us to teach our children, because although I knew him all my life, I really didn't know him. I knew about his family because we grew up together, but I never knew that he would one day bite my nose off my face. I never knew that he would beat me up in front of my children. I never knew that I would have to have plastic surgery to put my face back together. I never knew that even when we separated and I thought that we could keep a relationship for the kids, that the day that I went to go pick the kids up from him because they said, Mommy, we don't feel safe, come get us. I come to pick the kids up from him, all the while he was plotting to attack me. So when I picked the kids up, put them in the car, he gets in the car and said, I want to talk to you, and he attacks me in front of the children. So we need to be mindful of what this means, not just for us, but as for our children, because I'm fighting daily, not just for my sanity, but for the sanity of my baby. So we got to think about that. We got to pray for women. When we see them in these situations, we have to grab them by the hand and let them know that somebody's going to walk with you. They may not be ready to get out, and we can't judge them for that. But we need to be there for them to let them know, I got you. If you need somebody to call on, you need somebody to talk to, here are some resources I can give you. But we have to know that we can be there for women who are in these situations and help them get out. Because I'm a survivor, and I thank God that He delivered me.
Thank you. And please help me welcome a first-time story delivered to us through Ms. Teresa Coleman. Please give her a round of applause.
All right.
Talk about it, boo. Talk about it.
How you women doing?
All right.
So I had to pray and ask God to make me transparent, because I have been a victim of domestic violence since I've been in relationships. And I think it stemmed from low self-esteem and just not loving myself to allow a man to control me and beat me. And it hurts me because to this day, my son still asks me, and he still remembers when this man beat me. And again, it's emotional. I've been abused again ever since I've been in relationships. One man, I get out of an abusive relationship and get into a next one. Now it's been about 1 year since I have not allowed a man to put his hands on me. And I vowed myself to never, ever allow a man who is insecure with himself and who's fighting demons within himself to bring out his anger on me and my children. We just got to be strong and just motivate and uplift our women, because today in society, these young men think that it's cool to hit women, and they think it's, for some reason, think that it's, you know, makes them more of a man. So I just wanted to speak out and just say that, you know, you have to love yourself. When you love yourself more, when you know that you're worthy, when you're walking with God, no man can drag you down.
That's right.
And thank you guys for hearing my story. story. I didn't want to go into detail because I almost lost my life and it's still a little emotional for me. But
We here for
Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you. Next, we will have Vaughn Myers and Venus via phone talk with us about their story.
All right, you there, sis? Okay, I want to thank everyone for coming out. This is the second year. First year was small, it was still raw and and wet.
Very cold.
And it just swells my heart to see all of you all out. You know, men, women. It comes too late for us, but to hear the stories that people are telling and they're breaking their chains, they're getting free, you know, it warms my heart that it's making a difference. We lost our mom 2 years ago, 3 days before Christmas 2010. She came down to Florida to visit us, as she always did, and her boyfriend picked her up at the airport. We didn't hear from her again. They had to break into her apartment to find her. The perpetrator, for what I know from the police, he's still roaming the streets, so nothing was done. One thing I'd like to say is that it affects not only you, the person being abused, it affects your children, it affects your family, it affects everything in your life. And until you can pull yourself up and see that there is something better, that you don't have to take that. It's a cycle. Even now, to this day, I hear a loud noise in my house. I don't think, oh, somebody's coming in my house. Oh, who's doing something to my mom? It's a mental thing, and it stays with you. And the effect, it's long lasting. And even if you're not doing it for yourself, if you have kids, you don't want it to be a vicious cycle. I want to thank everyone for coming out and supporting us, supporting all the victims, the survivors, and reach out to me. The girls, they know how to get to me, you know, reach out to me. I'll talk to you, I'll email you. It's just, I don't want it to be a perpetuating cycle. Love you, sis.
Love you, B.
Hey.
Again, thank you everybody for coming. As you know, we were doing donations and in-kind donations, donating to Family Rescue, and we have Ms. Charmy Jones here to speak on behalf.
First, let me give it up. It's truly a blessing. It touches my heart. I work with children.
Come on.
I'm over the children's program. So I see them.
Take your time now.
I work for Family Rescue. We're domestic violence agency. I've been there for 7 years. I'm over the children's program. We have 84 children in our program. All of them have been impacted by domestic violence through their families, to their moms. Our program works with women and children who have been impacted. So we have a shelter program, we have a transitional program, and we have a court advocacy. One of the things that we see all the time is the lack of esteem, the self-worth. Also, not knowing that they have a resource to help them, to reach out. One thing we tell our moms all the time is that just because you go through it don't mean your children. And the children have the issues that you see and we ignore them because the first thing we hear is children are resilient. They're resilient, but it stays with them, it don't go away. And then it keeps going on, and then you can see behaviors that you don't understand, not looking at the fact that they got history too, they got baggage, and it affects them. And so grabbing them and just if you don't say anything else to your children, even if you're not a victim, but they've been a part of, even if you tell them, I'm sorry, even if you tell them it is not your fault, even if you are not able to, like your mom passed, but someone just giving you a hug and saying, I'm sorry. It wasn't your fault. It wasn't right, but it makes all the difference in the world to our children, even to our women. Because when they come out, that is the hardest time for them. When they leave a relationship,
and then they feel lost, or they have to tell their story because they don't know how it's going to be. You know, as women, we work on each other. And when someone tells you that they're going through, the first thing you want to tell them is your story. But it's not your story, it's their story. And whatever they choose to do is their choice. And we have to respect that and be supportive of whatever their choices are. It's not for us to judge. It's not for us to choose. And if you have families and if you have children, you need to rally around them. You can love from afar, but they need to know that you love them. Domestic violence is real. We serve over 1,000+ women a year. And we serve over 500 children a year. And we give them the best services that we can, but they don't all stay. They go back, and then they come right back. But the door never closes. It never closes. So this is very intimate. I've been to like 3 different marches, but I must say this so far is the best because it's very intimate, it's very personal, and it touches my heart. So I want to thank you guys. And if you all need to reach out to me, if you go on Family Rescue's website, because I don't have the cards and all of that, if you look under the children's program, that's my number. But I do work with women and children in criminal cases. So even if you need support or help for your families, only thing I can say, the last thing I say is always be an ear. Don't leave nobody to the wayside because they're in a domestic situation. I know sometimes you don't want to get involved, but as long as they know that you're there from afar, be supportive. I thank you guys. I really love you guys and I appreciate it.
And we're going to have a male's perspective added to the situation. Yaron Sutton, please welcome.
I first want y'all to clap for each of you. All of y'all. For me. You know, domestic violence, it runs through my family because I lost an aunt to it in 1976 because she wouldn't be with this guy and do what he wanted her to do. He shot her in the back of the head. Okay, I have cousins and sisters who went through this. I feel like if a man had to put his hands on you, you don't need him. Right. If you can survive it and get away from it, tell somebody else that you know that's going through that because you've experienced it. Okay? Stay strong. All of y'all are ambassadors. Ambassadors against this. I don't even live in Chicago. When I had to come to support y'all, I think it's beautiful. Keep up the good work.
Okay, next we will, if anyone else is interested in sharing their story, please email us. We'll be sure to blast it on Facebook and send an email out to everyone. We have a special guest, Shavonna Patterson, who's going to sing for us as we do our balloon releasing. Please help me welcome her. She came all the way in town from Indiana.
Hi everybody. All right. I've never experienced domestic violence as myself, but coming from my family, I've experienced it from my mother, being with my stepfather for 10 years and being beaten, you know, in front of me. I've been abused. Like, it doesn't have to be physical abuse. It can be verbal. It doesn't mean it's acceptable. I've been verbally abused, being called out my name, belittled, and I've accepted it because it started at home. And I'm still young and I'm still learning, you know, and I just applaud everybody out here that's a survivor, that's still going through it. Be strong, you know, just pray our help, you know. And I hope that I bless everybody, you know, with this song. Why should I feel discouraged? And why should the shadows come? And why A constant friend is He. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. And I sing because I'm happy. And I sing because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. And I sing because I'm happy. And I sing because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow. I know. And I know He watches me.
That was very good.
Supply all my needs according to your wishes. I have but to ask, and I shall receive.
Take your time.
To go from here and spread this love you gave to me, to show someone who's lost, yeah, and help them find their way, oh, the way to truth and grace, so they can be free like me, so they can be free like me. Oh Lord, we need your love, and oh Lord, we need your peace, and oh Lord, we need your joy this day, yeah. Oh, yeah. Give us this day
We're gonna release the balloons on the count of 3. Everybody ready? Yes. Are we excited? Yes. 1, 2, 3.